So people often ask, like, why are design patterns valuable? Well, I mean, they solve a lot of the problems that we have the solution for. So people will naturally look for patterns. I mean, this is huge. People are always looking for patterns. So when we think about when we arrive on a product, we have a good understanding of how things will work. We often think we already know where to click. I mean, this is based on all our prior experiences dealing with other applications and the solutions that they've used. So you wouldn't necessarily go out there and create like an entirely new design pattern for something that is kind of mainstream. When sites incorporate known patterns, users often have an easier time getting where they're going or accomplishing their goals. Some would argue that if we all use design patterns, our sites may look cookie cutter like. But most designers will agree that there are significant benefits to following established patterns. And then, you can tweak them a tiny bit, which could be to match like your style and your design system. But the benefit would be to provide a more delightful user experience for your users. Using standard design patterns reduces cognitive strain. So if people are already familiar with how like objects on the interface will act, it's kind of saves them the time from thinking about what they should be doing or what they should be doing next. Reducing the need for people to actually think is so important if you'd like to keep them as users. Also, I mean, designers also benefit from using patterns. It saves us from constantly having to reinvent the wheel, like I mentioned before. Engineers have kind of known this for a long time. They kind of have like these large repositories or open source code that have like large components and they kind of can recycle them themselves. It really depends on how they build their applications. But rewriting similar code from scratch is going to take them way longer than necessarily copy and pasting and tweaking. So designers who use design patterns can free up time for creating and tweaking, which is kind of like the really fun part. And that's why they're so valuable.